Welcome back to the third part of the 8th chapter of SS, that is Natural Resources. And in the previous video, the last part was we were talking about soil, and I told you that it is to be learned as your short note. So here the short note is continued, and the answer will be very important for you to go through as for your 3 marker. The uppermost layer of the Earth's crust is called soil, 1 marker, which contains dash and dash elements, that is minerals and biotic elements, which are very important if we want to grow and develop vegetation. So first of all, what is soil? You have to learn. Second, which two things are very important for the growth of any vegetation? And that is minerals and biotic elements are very important. Now, although their proportion is not the same everywhere, the soil is a layer or the surface of the matter formed due to the mixture of scattered material of the parental rock, that is the original rock or main rock, and vegetation. So, the proportion of minerals, biotic elements, etc., which are required for vegetation growth may not be same all over the country. Their proportion may be different in different parts of the country, and thus somewhere we find alluvial soil, somewhere we have black soil, and different types of soil is found. And the layer or the surface of the matter which is formed because of the mixture of the main rock getting scattered, we get soil. It is when the main or original rock passes through the system of denudation, that is breaking. Many other things gets added up to it, like water and humus and many other things, and finally after thousands of years we get a thin layer of soil. Now factors of denudation prepares a very thin layer through the breaking of rocks. Humus formed due to the disintegration or decay of vegetation or insects is added to it. That is, naturally it gets added, we don't go and add it. So humus we did in the previous video. What do you mean by it? That is the decay part of the vegetation or insects. It gets added to these pieces of rocks. These biotic elements play a great role in the development of vegetation. Now second, the climatic impact in this time period of soil formation also is very important and widespread. And it is so important that the soil formed of different types of rocks in that region over a long period of time is the same. So what is very important when a soil is in its formation procedure? First, as we saw, parental rock gets disintegrated. Second, humus is added to it. Third, the climate of that region plays a great role in the formation of soil. And so the soil formed out of the same parental rocks under different climatic condition or influence is different. Let me explain the second paragraph. Pay attention, very important. Now see, the climatic impact is very important and widespread, that the soil that is formed out of different parental rocks or types of rocks in a particular region over a long period of time is the same. That is, if parental rocks are different, say in Ahmedabad, just take for example, we have in one region different parental rocks, that is different types of rocks, but the climate is same. Then the soil that will be formed over a long period of time will be same. But the soil formed out of the same parental rock, and if the climate of that region is different, then the soil will be different. So everything depends upon more on climate of that region for the formation of soil. Soils are classified on the basis of, learn it, color, climate, the main rock or parental rock, structure of that region, humus, etc. So these are various things that are required, and it at the end all this thing together makes soil. Now we move on to the next slide. Now this is what I have tried to explain in very simple way how soil is formed. This part is not a part which is available in your textbook, but it's just from my end. I have tried to explain you in a simple way. So just go through it. Soil is the thin layer of material that is covering the earth's surface and is formed from the breaking of rocks. So how is soil formed? Due to breaking of rocks, first step. It is made up of mainly of mineral particles, organic materials, air, water and living organism, all of which interact with each other slowly yet continuously, that is constantly. Second point, most plants get their nutrients from the soil and they are the main source of food for human beings, animals and birds. So from where do we get food? That is from plants. And plants get their nutrients from where? That is soil. Therefore, most living things on land depends on soil for their life or for their existence. And third point, soil is a valuable resource which needs to be carefully taken care of because it gets easily damaged, washed away or blown away, which is termed as soil erosion, that is destruction of soil. And there are many reasons how soil gets destroyed, which we'll see in the next part. Now, if we understand soil and try to take care of it properly, we will avoid destroying one of the most important building blocks, that is the base or the pillar of our environment, and the most important thing that is required as for a food security. We will be able to save it. Next, factors affecting soil formation. Now, this is also an extra knowledge that is provided to you so that this chapter becomes easier for you, because you have to learn the short note of soil, very important, as I'll be providing the answers to you after this lesson gets over. As of the first two videos, as I have provided you worksheets after the videos, and that includes the question answers and objectives. Similarly, after this video also, answers will be provided to you, but in between some important and very easy form of soil formation I'll be explaining. So this is also not a part of your textbook, but for your better understanding I have added it over here. Soils form continuously but slowly from the gradual breakdown of rocks through weathering. Weathering means when something gets destroyed gradually. Now weathering can be physical, chemical or biological. Now what is physical weathering? Breaking down of rocks due to mechanical action. Now what is this mechanical action? That is when temperature changes and when rocks they collide with each other, collide matlab takrana, or frost can all lead to the breaking of rocks. So all these things can be considered as mechanical action. Second is chemical weathering. Now breaking of rocks through the change in their chemical makeup. This can happen when the minerals within the rocks they start reacting with water, air or other chemicals. You call it chemical weathering. And the third is biological weathering. The breakdown of rocks by living things. That is like burrowing animals. Burrowing animals means which has their home below the land, like rabbit, or you can call like snake. They don't live on land. Yes, rabbit do live, but we say that it's rabbit's burrow, It's a burrow, that is a part or a house of some creatures below the earth. So burrowing animals help water and air get into the rock, and plant roots can grow into the cracks in the rock, making it break. The accumulation of material through the action of water, wind, gravity also contributes or adds up to the soil formation. So once again, this is a very simple informatory part that I have written over here. You need not learn by heart this part. You just go through it so that soil formation answer becomes easier for you. Thus, this processes can be very slow, taking maybe many tens of thousands of years, you can say lakhs of years. Five main interacting factors affecting the formation of soil. First is parental rock, that is, or parental material, that's mineral forming the basis of soil, and topography and living organism, climate, interaction between these factors and the time period. So all these things play a great role in the formation of soil. Next, types of soil. Now, up till now we have already seen in detail how is soil formed. Let's move ahead with the types of soil. Recently, ICAR, learn the full form for your 1 marker. Indian Council of Agricultural Research has divided the soil of India into 8 types. Of this, the mountain soil and forest soil are found at different height, that is altitude, in mountainous region. So there are 8 types of soil. Learn it. Alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, laterite soil, desert soil, mountain soil, forest soil, and 8th is marshy or peaty soil. Now let's move ahead with the discussion of this soil. And in this video, we'll be doing only the first type of soil, that is alluvial soil. And there is also a map provided to you. 2 maps will be provided here. You may pick up any one that you find it easy, but just go through it so that you come to know how the soil is distributed and which particular state of our country has which type of soil in more quantity. So the next slide. Alluvial soil. This type of soil is spread over about 43% of the total area of India. So that's your objective, 43%, very important. So 43% of our total land area of India has alluvial soil. This soil is found in the northern plain from Brahmaputra Valley in the east till Satluj in the west, and in the delta regions of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers. The formation of alluvial soil is due to the alluvial deposition by the rivers. Now what is alluvial deposition? It was in detail already done in 9th standard. So here let me just tell you in short that the ever-flowing rivers of Himalayan region, some lakhs of years back, when they started flowing from the top of the mountain, and when they were coming down, they carried along with them lots of deposition, and when they came on the flat region, they slowed down. When they were coming from the top of the mountain, the flow was very speedy. So they carried lots of material on the way along with them. It could be the sand and stones and the dead part of plants, animals, etc. And when they came on the flatter region, they slowed down, and the bank of these rivers had the most fertile soil, because this things that it carried from the top of the mountain got deposited in these rivers, making this river's bank very fertile. So the formation of the alluvial soil is due to the alluvial deposition by the rivers. There is more proportion of, learn it, potash, phosphoric acid and limestone in this soil and less proportion of nitrogen and humus in this soil. If the crops of pulses is grown in this soil, nitrogen content can be stabilized. That is, you will see that in order to stabilize nitrogen content, we need to grow pulses in this soil. Crops like wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, oilseeds, etc. can be grown in this soil. Now let's go through the map that follows here. The first map, this is of your textbook, which shows as per the color on the right hand side box near Sri Lanka map. You can see that small box over there, which shows you various colors. Like the last one, the blue color shows desert soil, and that's in Rajasthan. And then there is forest soil, which you can take to the north of India, that's Jammu Kashmir area, or you can go to the your right hand side top, that is northeast it is called. Some part is brown shown over there, that is forest soil. And accordingly, but before this, I would request you to go through the state map of our country. Do it perfectly. Keep on practicing on blank map as many times as you can, because there will be 1 4-marker in board exam asked as only for map filling. And if you don't know the states filling up in your map of India, you are not going to score 4 on 4. So that will be in detail done with you when we meet in class. But till then or before that, 28 states, you are going to fill up, keep on practicing, at least at present only the states. Then we will move ahead and I'll tell you which 6 cities you are going to learn and jot it down or put it down on your map. Now the next one also is a map but not of your textbook. So I think so it may be easier for you. So for this, as states are not written, so it's very important for you first of all to know that which state is located in which particular part of this map of India. So here once again, instead of brown, here green is provided as a color for forest and mountainous soil. Then white is provided for arid region, that is Rajasthan desert region. And then the pink one shows you red and yellow soil. And then there is alluvial soil, different color. For black soil, they have provided you a different color shade. So go through this video, go through the extra information provided to you in between and learn the answers perfectly. Thank you so much.